just making sure that this thing is recording. I know it's been a long time since I've made an actual video. I'm gonna get back into the swing of things, but I've just been kind of going through a bit of the ringer. So that's why I've been out of this whole YouTube thing. But I'm coming back because I feel like I need to drop this video because it's quite important to talk about. Because this man called Vontoocut is going to lead his people into a Kool-Aid drinking party, and they're all going to kill themselves. I am telling you right now, this man is going to lead people to drink the fucking Kool-Aid. Okay? That's not funny, but I'm laughing because I'm like, this is a messed up situation that Vaughn is putting himself and his fans in, and I know damn well he's aware of what he's doing. He's basically turning into, I feel like he's turning into what Etika was to his fans, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Someone else said that in the comments section of Vaughn's video, and I'm going to explain why. I don't think the person explained why, but I get why they say that. And yeah, anyway, if you guys want to skip along to get into the meat and potatoes of this video, the reaction to his recent video, go ahead, you guys can skip to it. You guys will likely be able to tell where it is. Just move along in the time down below. If you guys don't want to skip along to it and you want to hear a little backstory on who Vontoocut is without needing to go through 20 different hours of his videos, well, I'm about to give you a little bit insight into who he is and why I disagree with a lot of his philosophies. Vontoocut is a YouTuber. Let me just say this right now. I'm a Christian, okay? So your my perspective may be completely different, but that's okay. I accept other people's views. I don't force my religion down people's throats. I do tell them about my religion because, in my belief, I'm not a lukewarm Christian. Okay, at least I try not to be, is what I'll say. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna get way too in depth, and I'm gonna forget the point of the video. So we're gonna move past that point. But I'm just saying for the record, I'm not perfect. I'm a Christian, but I'm very, very, very flawed. I try to be the best that I can, but I still don't force my religion down other people's throats. But I do let my belief be known, because I'm not ashamed of it, and I will not be. Now, for this video, I'm going to be analyzing this a little bit from the perspective of a new age practitioner. All right. So some of the things that I say may not come from a Christian perspective, but it's just to put things in perspective for them, for all of you new age people out there who believe that you're gods and whatnot. Now, Vaughn is someone who I listen. A lot of his videos are entertaining. They're very fun to watch. They're very awesome. They give a lot of great insight. I shouldn't say great, but they give decent insight. They give good insight into habits that you should get into and whatnot. Same time, there's a lot of things, and I mean a lot more things. Or listen, his videos are entertaining and they're fun. I'm not hating him. I'm not clout chasing. A lot of people who criticize Vaughn, people say you're clout chasing. I've seen a lot of exposed videos on this man, and people blame them for clout chasing and whatnot. There's only one person, I'm not going to name who they are, who I could say, yeah, they were clout chasing. But even that person who was clout chasing that made a video on Vaughn to expose him, he had some very valid points. He exposed Vaughn, but yeah, he was clout chasing. He was, without a doubt. But he was given evidence. His video had a point. His video, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it anyway because I really don't care. You guys are gonna search it up for yourself anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. It's basically this kid. Oh, not Kraz. It's not that kid. It's not that kid. It's not that kid. Boy, that was a terrible fail right there. I don't know if I'll be able to find it like that. It's not who I'm talking about. Oh, this is it. This is him. This kid. I think a lot of Vaughn's fan base has already came to this kid's video based upon the views and whatnot, and the dislike ratio. It's terrible. But yeah, this kid. They call him Kraz. You can't quote me on that. I think so. Anyway, the kid was spitting facts. Go check it out for yourself. He'll give you a lot of information. He won't give you everything, but he'll give you a lot of information on where Vaughn is wrong. Vaughn has had videos where, again, he was spitting facts, and many videos that he just does not spit facts in. A lot of his videos are based upon racism. I mean, they're misogynistic. They diminish the value of human life. They put the value of human life into a specific group of people. They're very biased. They're ignorant. He's arrogant at times, very arrogant, and he's just an individual that, if you look at his videos, he just comes off as full of hate. I don't want to say full of racism, but I think just full of hate and just unaware of what's around him, despite him thinking that he's aware. I feel like a lot of his intuition just comes from the DMT that he inhales or something. To be quite real with you, the weed, the psychedelics, and whatnot. Not even his own perspective of what he sees with his own eye and with his own brain. Now, Vaughn has talked about women and called them bitches on a consistent basis. He's talked about them like they're not even really women. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a feminist in any way, shape, or form. I've said this many times on my channel. I'm not a feminist. I don't agree with extreme feminism at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want women to have rights all across the world. I think in the US they're not held back. I don't believe in that. I do believe that they are held back in many places in the world. Like, I don't think that's even refutable. Like, there are places that women rights are heavily needed and they are not enforced in any way, and there are women constantly being raped, forced to push out babies. Again, I'm pro-life. I'm not pro-choice, but I'm saying they're physically being raped right now as we speak and being forced to have these children and whatnot. Anyway, Vaughn's a lot of his videos have devalued women and whatnot. And according to his own belief, words carry vibrations. So what are you doing cursing, saying, motherfuck this, motherfuck that, bitch this, bitch that? The man is just... Words carry vibrations. So what are you doing according to your own belief? You're being a hypocrite. Anyway, now I can call him out for that, but according to New Ageism, you make your own reality. So basically, New Ageism doesn't even exist. No religions exist. Nothing exists. Nothing exists yet everything exists. There's many flaws with it, but again, we're analyzing it from that perspective. But I just needed to clarify that, because many people will tell me in the comments section, this is, they'll likely say, well, this can't be used against Vaughn because of this and that, because it's his perspective. It may not be yours, but it's his reality. No, no, that's not how it works here. All right. At least, listen, I believe we all share reality. We don't make our own reality. We may make our own opinions of reality, and we may think we know what reality is, but reality is reality. And yeah, I think it's too complex for words. I think the only one able to comprehend it is God himself. God himself, Christ himself, maybe even the angels to an extent, but I don't even know about them. So they likely just understand it a lot better than us, and that's about it. So Vaughn, no. Anyway, Vaughn has talked about white people being GMO, which are a lot of problems with that. Vaughn has talked about, what else did he talk about? That he's not racist, which he may not be, but again, I do think he's full of hatred, and he's ignorant, and he's afraid of the unknown, and I feel like he just does not like white people because of that. Either that, or he was misled by someone somehow, or he had a very bad experience with a white person or something. I don't really know. Anyway, Vaughn Vaughn has talked about how he's not racist and whatnot, yet at the same time, he's had a Q&A from one of his fan base members, and they basically berated a person. For what reason? Because the guy basically got a girl that he was going after. I'm not saying he cucked him. It was not his girl to begin with. I don't even think the other person, from what I get from the message, I don't know their situation, but from what I get from the message, what it sounds like, the guy doesn't even know him. He likely doesn't even know him. He's never talked to him. He didn't even know that that guy was going for that girl. He had no clue. He just went for the girl, and she went for him. And the other guy, the black person, got jealous, and that guy decided to basically throw shade at him because he got what he didn't get before he could get to it. And he basically called him a white beta ass nigga and basically berated him and basically said that he wanted to steal the guy's bitch. That's what he wanted to do. Complete ignorant shit. Shit that I'm talking about, like, that just, it basically defiles the meaning of a marriage. It takes away the sacredness of marriage, the relationship between man and woman. If you're truly a spiritual person, whether you're a spiritual person, you're a Christian person, or even Islamic, I don't care, whatever you are, whatever religion you are involved in, unless you're satanic or atheist, marriage has a value to it. It does. It has a spiritual value. That relationship, there's a spiritual value between you and your brethren, let alone your wife, let alone your children. There is a value to that, okay? And I don't care if it's a girlfriend. It's still the same thing, okay? Now, Vaughn, did he say anything? Did he disagree with the did he disagree with the guy? No, he didn't disagree. I just stammered. Oof, but he didn't say one thing. He didn't say one thing. He didn't correct him even once. He led him through the ropes, yes, of how to do it. He basically, didn't give him much respect. He did kind of skip over a bit of the message. He didn't really read it all the way. Okay, that was something, but that was about it. He did kind of belittle the maturity of the person a little bit, but he didn't say the man was wrong for his mentality. And yet he claims that he doesn't dislike white people, and he claims in his White People Are GMO video that bullying white people are not cool. But he allowed it right there. He didn't say anything back there. Isn't the role of a spiritual teacher to teach right from wrong? So what are you doing? What are you doing that by not teaching right and wrong? Is that not right and wrong to you? To steal something that isn't yours? Isn't that wrong? I know I'm coming off like a fucking pussy right now by saying this. But that's how our society has been conditioned to think, to devalue marriage and all, and our relationships with each other. We've just been devalued, and Vaughn is a prime example of how the media has brainwashed us, and he doesn't even know he's brainwashed, and that goes for all of his fans, not all of his fans, but a lot of his fans. I'm talking like 90% of his fans, a solid 90% of his fans, and we're gonna touch on them too. This is gonna be a long video. All right, so Vaughn basically had a picture. I keep saying basically, I need to take that out, but I don't make videos like this, so you gotta cut me a little bit of slack here. Vaughn had a picture of, in his White People Are GMO video, he had a picture of Bob Marley and he had a picture of Snoop Dogg. You believe the devil exists, but you have Snoop Dogg when he had a song about murder was the case that they gave me, with him literally making a deal with the devil. You're idolizing Snoop Dogg when Snoop Dogg had a song about him selling his soul to the devil. Now, granted, that song has it's like a double entendre. It's not just that, but it's also, I think it's a metaphoric example of Snoop Dogg not just selling his soul to the devil itself, but also to the white man, the corporate companies who are controlling the industry, and he's basically throwing away his pride and everything, and he's talking about murder, and he's talking about all these different crimes that go on and getting paid for it. And yeah, it's bad, but you got to eat, you got to eat. I think that's kind of what the whole gist, at least the metaphor of the song is, the literal meaning of the song. However, once again, a lot of times in media, I do believe that they desensitize us to a lot of bullshit, to where we can't tell whether it's symbolism or not. So let's just assume that it is legitimate. It's legitimate. There you go. If it was a white person saying that the devil took their soul, I'm sure Vaughn would rip them apart. But since it's Snoop, he didn't do that. He's idolizing Snoop Dogg. He has Bob Marley in his background. Bob Marley had he was bullied. He was bullied for his white side. If you look at it at an interview, he blatantly says that, and he ended on this conclusion. He basically said that he learned that he's no longer on the white man's side or the black man's side, but he's on God's side. That's what he said. Yet you idolize Bob Marley. You don't even know who your own idols are. You don't even know who your own idols are. Vaughn believes that you should only shower, I think, once every 5 days or something. Nasty. You should drink your own piss. He said that before. Listen, I mean, not just drink your own piss. Not that, yeah, you should drink your own piss. We're talking like Vaughn said that the most healthy thing for you to drink is your piss. The most fucking healthy thing for you to drink is your piss? No. The only time that it is recommended for you to drink your piss is if you're like dying. If you're dying and you have no water in your system and you're out in the middle of the desert, something like that, then yeah, maybe that's not fine, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to live. So you're going to make yourself a little bit sick, but you might give yourself a little more time to get to some other, water source or food source, whatever, that you can get some sort of hydration from. But drinking your own piss is gonna absolutely wreck you. I should get my charger here. Again, this is gonna be a long video, so. Now, the next thing I was going to talk about was the fact that Vaughn also believes that you should take certain products. He's gotten sponsored by certain products. But white people don't have souls, and you're sponsoring products that were made by white people. Go check it out. I forgot what it was. I don't remember it exactly, but it was some sort of was it a mushroom? I don't remember. It wasn't psychedelics. It was I think it's just a food, or a snack, whatever. And Vaughn he was endorsing it, but it was made by a white person, and it was shown to have negative effects. Kraz even talked about that in his video. I talked about that in a recent comment. I'm going to show you proof that Vaughn is being supported by YouTube. Every time I comment on a Vaughn related video, it doesn't have to be Vaughn's video, okay? The first time I realized that it was on Vaughn's video, when I went to expose him for a lot of crap, alright? I don't think I saved the comment, so I can't go read it out for you guys. But it was a long, in-depth comment about all the logical fallacies with Vaughn, and what he does, what he believes in, and everything. It was a long-ass post, and it was a reply to one of his Cancer's fan base members. Anyway, the reply didn't go through, and I was like, wait a second. I posted it and I checked it out 5 minutes later, because the person was replying consistently in my argument with them, and I was like, there's no reply. So I waited, and then I checked the comment section again, and I'm like, it's not there. So I was like, wait, did I forget to click the reply button? I was like, well, my memory is shot, so maybe. So I checked. I typed that whole thing back over again. I'm not saying word for word, but like I knew the gist of what I was saying. I knew the gist of my argument. So I just wrote it back, and I wrote another long, wall of text back to that person, and it never went through again when I checked it back later. I'm talking 2 minutes later, because I was a little more prepared for it. And then I was like, nah. I was like, the only conclusion I can come to here is that Vaughn is deleting my comments. That's what I thought, and that would have been reasonable. But I was wrong. It's not Vaughn. It may be Vaughn, or maybe people supporting Vaughn, but it's not directly Vaughn, I don't think. I don't think it's directly him. I think it's an automated system that they used to put in check to support Vaughn. That's likely why they disabled his subscriber count, or maybe advised him personally to disable his subscriber count, so people can't see how well he's being supported. Anyway, I commented on this video and it wasn't there, and I just lost all hope, because I was like, I can't educate this person on who they're taking advice from, on this ignorant young fool. And don't get me wrong, you could be young and be very wise. I understand that. But in most typical cases, that's not very logical. It happens, but it's not your typical case. Your typical 17-year-old is not going to be wise. They may think that they're wise. Listen, all 17-year-olds, all 15-year-olds, all 14-year-olds, all 5-year-olds think they're mature. All 20-year-olds, all 30-year-olds, all 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds think that they're mature. Everyone from their own perspective is mature and knows best. And you want to know the harsh, cold truth? Nobody does. And sometimes we do, and sometimes we still don't take the best actions in life. Humans are flawed. That's just a fact. And no matter what we do, we will always be flawed. Always be flawed. There is no remedy to that, to me, at least besides Christ and God. But even they aren't going to make you perfect. You can be perfect through them, but it's not going to likely happen. The present has already happened, and the past has already happened. You're already not perfect, no matter what you do. You've already made mistakes in your life. It doesn't matter at that point. It does matter, but you'll always be imperfect. Anyway, Vaughn is getting supported by YouTube, and I'm going to show you proof here. So when I click on, I forgot where it was. Which one was it again? Is it this video? Yeah, it's this kid. This kid's pretty smart for his age. He's 14. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, age doesn't matter, but it does in a lot of cases. And Vaughn's way too young. He's way too young. And I'm going to talk about that again, more in depth. I got to go down. Oh, don't tell me. See what I mean? You go down, like, and this is not just on this account. YouTube is censoring comments that relate to Vaughn. Look, usually in the comment section, it keeps going down and down and down and down and down. It's not doing that here. They block off the comments, and it's not just on my computer screen. It's also on my phone. Let me go try this out for a second, just to show you guys, real quickly, what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. So this is just proof here. It's just proof here that Vaughn is getting supported by YouTube. Vontoocut exposed. Hopefully I can find it really quickly. If I can't, I'll just drop it. No, I got it. Look. On my phone, right? I'm gonna scroll down. Look at this, okay? You guys can see it, right? It only scrolls down so much. This is part of the proof. This isn't what I was gonna show. I'm gonna show more convincing evidence. But it only scrolls down so far. So it's not just on this computer, it's also on my phone. And if I go on even on my computer, my other Windows computer, which is shot, it's like 8 years old. It's even 9 years old. It's 9 years old. It's shot, but even that, it's the same deal. It can still use the internet. That baby's still working. It's working poorly, but it's working, and I'm proud of it. It's lived a good life. the comments is blocked. Now, don't get me wrong. My comment is still here, but you need to go by sort by. You need to go to top comments. No, top comments, no. I'm saying top, no. Newest first. And here it is. There we go. Now it's going to be here. Here we go. You gotta wait a little. You gotta wait a little bit. Okay, here it is. Okay, so yeah, I went into this whole long ass conversation trying to go preach some common sense to some of these people. Now look at this, okay? After I schooled one of the Cantor's fan base members, I was talking to this other woman called Janene. She might have deleted a comment. She deleted a comment. No, she didn't delete it. She's right here. Never mind. I'm just blind as fuck. Okay. What do white people know about racism? Oh my gosh. Y'all are a race that cannot be oppressed. No black person or any other race can be racist towards whites. What? Always looking to play victim. What oppression do y'all face? And caps locked. I want to know. I'm not going to even talk about this comment, because if you have common sense, you know. And if you don't, listen, even if you don't have common sense, you can answer this question for yourself if you know the definition of racism. I don't need to delve into this comment and delve especially in depth. If you don't see how this comment is wrong, then me telling you the facts isn't going to change your opinion. You've already made up your mind, and you've already chosen to believe what you want to believe. You already know what I'm going to tell you with this comment. But anyway, I did reply to her. If you want to check the reply out, whatever. Anyway, this is something that I copied and pasted from my phone. And I replied this to her a while ago, and it never went through. Look, reply. And I'm not on Vaughn's video. The comment went through, right? Look. Here's the comment. Now watch this. Boom. Bam. Pause. Bada bop. Okay, it's already on newest first. Boom. Oh, wait a second. Now it's fucking going through? Don't tell me. I know why this shit's going through now. Don't tell me. I know why it's going through. Let me wait. If this shit gets deleted, how the fuck is that possible? I don't know, man. Well, that shit is making me look like a fool. I'll upload the video still. I don't know. This is just proof that he's getting supported by YouTube manually or automatically, because every time I left a comment, it would get deleted. Now it's not. I don't know. I'll check it again. Because I'm telling you, my comment was getting deleted repeatedly, and it wasn't Vaughn. Because this is not Vaughn's video. It's still in there. Well, okay then. Well, that doesn't quite help me out. But regardless of what, it was not going through. I don't know. I recorded it on my phone, and then my phone deleted it on top of that too. I actually did record it on my phone. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't knock out all the other things, but I'll take that L. But actually let me try this. Let me go in incognito mode, because I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not fucking lying. It was legitimately actually pretty redundant. Legitimately actually, it was not going through. I wonder how you go on incognito mode, if you can even do it. Let me try switch account. Try boom. Okay. 64 comments. That's not a good sign. That tells me that the comment is not there. Newest first. If it... What? It's not there? The whole thing isn't there, I think. I don't think the whole thing is there. No, it might be here. Here it is. Under the reply of Deacon. Show more replies. We gotta wait for this thing to load. This video is gonna be edited. Yeah, see, it's not there. Look, see, it's not there. Look, it's not there. I hope you guys didn't like skip through in the middle of me doing that. See, it's not there. I got shadow banned. It didn't go through, but it went through on my screen. See what I mean? That's called shadow banning, where you don't even know it doesn't even go through. It's called shadow banning. You can't even tell. Let me go check and see if the comment is still here. This is proof that YouTube, and this isn't the first video I did this on. I've done this on not tens, I was going to say tens of thousands, not literally, because some of you guys take things too literally. I'm saying, I shouldn't even need to explain that, but I'm telling you, sometimes people on the internet can't, like, they don't have a brain of their own. So, that's not everybody. A lot of people are smart too, but yeah, I don't think my comment is here because I see 64 comments. So I don't think I think they deleted it now. And you can't tell me it's the amount of replies because if I reply right now and I say, ha ha ha, something stupid like that, because I did that as a test. I already did that one time as a test. Look, I typed something stupid as a reply with my second account. Well, third account, actually. It's my first YouTube channel ever made. I commented that to her. This was just a filler comment, just to test it out. It didn't have any context to it. It was just to prove my point that it's not about the amount of replies, because I've typed this reply out before this comment. So, and again, Ethan Brown, I think his name is. Yeah, Ethan Brown isn't the first person who I've tested this on. I've done this on lots of Vaughn exposed videos, including Vaughn's own videos, and they just kept getting deleted. They just did. So this is proof that he's being supported by YouTube themselves. And I left many different types of comments too relating to Vaughn. And there was one time where I actually left a comment. I wonder if it was that copied and pasted comment that I did it, but I basically replaced the word Vaughn with censored because YouTube will shadow ban me. I put that in parentheses, and YouTube allowed it for like 5 minutes until I guess they must have read the comment. Someone maybe like actually checked out the comment, and they were like, "We can't allow that," and they just took it down. And it was taken down in, like I said before, like five or so minutes, but it was legitimately there. Anyway, now, I wonder if I should just get into the real meat and potatoes of this whole video. Now that we've kind of established everything. Now this is the cute side of YouTube I'll be watching. I'm not gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna fucking hide it. I'm manly as fuck, boy. But no, like, Vaughn is 17 years old at the end of the day, man. And some of these people are taking advice from him. You need to reevaluate your life. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. Here's why I mentioned Vaughn's age and he doesn't know much. Vaughn having a baby. Oh yeah. Vontoocut releases he is having a baby soon, refuses a hospital, believes his baby is God. Yo, guys, are you are you actually seeing this? 17 years old and he's having a baby. 17 years old. He has no set incomes. He is not financially stable. He may think he is. I don't care if he has $2 million in his pocket. He's not financially stable. That he can lose that money in an instant for any reason. If he loses that money, then what? He doesn't have health support. He has no support. I believe at this time he wasn't even 18, was he? I don't know, but whether he was 18 or 17, bro, until you're 21, you are not set in life. And even 21 is too young to be having a child, in my opinion, at least. Many people disagree with me, but I think it's way too young. I think it is way too young. And he's having a baby already at 17. Are you telling me this is a responsible young man? Are you telling me that? Are you going to sit here and tell me this man is a responsible man having a baby at 17? If you do, then Lord have mercy on you. You need Jesus. You need Jesus, man, because you don't know right from wrong. And on top of that, he's refusing a hospital. If this baby comes out with a mental illness, possibly just like Vaughn, no one's going to be able to tell. Maybe that's why he doesn't want the baby to have medical attention. I don't know. I don't know if this is all just clout. I don't know. But look at these titles. These titles are obviously clickbaiting too. But they do speak facts. Believes his baby is a god. And this is who you get your information from? This is who his fans believe to be Jesus. Not literally Jesus, but I'm saying like the equivalent of Jesus. Different person, different attitude, but the equivalent of Jesus. Anyway, I've seen a little bit of this video, but I'm going to go into depth because this is the meat and potatoes now. This video is going to make people drink the Kool-Aid and kill themselves. This is some cult demonic shit that I'm talking about here. So we're going to react to his video, the recent video of the hamster wheel. Wake up, it's not real. It's time to be free. Alright. This is going to be a long video. Oh, I went a little bit too much here. Everybody needs to access the pineal gland to realize that we made this whole reality up. We all need to wake up and stop with the fantasy we in. Everybody needs to access their pineal gland. How do you... Okay, so according to the New Age belief, to open up your pineal gland, you need meditation. Right? You need meditation. So, how do you open your pineal gland without meditation? But in this same video, Vaughn claims that meditation is not necessary. That meditation doesn't matter. What? And I'm gonna come back to that whole Etika point because his fans are at fault here too. Vaughn is at fault for screwing up his fans right now, and his fans are at fault for screwing up Vaughn where he's at right now, and it's just creating this endless cycle of screwing each other up. I'm telling you guys right now, because it's his fans' fault, and I'll just say right now, because Vaughn, his fans have built up his ego so much. They made him to be another Jesus. They made him to be the leader of them. They built up everything on him. They put all this weight on Vaughn's shoulders, made him the caretaker spiritually for them. They did that. They have done it. They got all their facts, their information from him without looking into it even one bit, without keeping an open mind. And yes, I said it, they've had closed minds. They're going to claim that I have a closed mind. No. See, you have a closed mind because you believe that you make reality. Therefore, you are stuck in your own reality. You don't want to believe another person's reality. You're stuck in your own head. You are confined to your own walls. That's what it is. It's not the people who criticize the New Age religion that have the closed mind. It's the people with this New Ageism thing that have or at least the people who get far into this New Ageism. The people who are newbies into it, they go into it with a bit more of an open mind if they're not that like well deep into it. That's how they actually get into it. It's because they have an open mind and they're trying to search for truth or reason or whatever, and they don't want to get into any scientific shit and whatnot. That's really how it goes. That's for the atheists. The atheists rely on science. Everyone really doesn't do that as much. There is logic involved in a lot of these religious beliefs, but even science to an extent. But God defies science. He defies everything, all laws of physics and everything. So God doesn't disagree with science, but science doesn't agree with God. All right, science has no idea who God is. It can only prove his existence so much. Beyond that, you need to look for God yourself to find him. It can only do it so much. Inevitably, that's the truth that many apologists won't tell you and whatnot. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. And God is not us. We didn't create the earth. We didn't. And now Vaughn is saying that in his video to prove he's trying to solidify his beliefs. He's trying to solidify them and logically ground them. What I just said, we didn't create the world. If you go up to a New Ageism person and you tell them, "Did you create the world?" in a debate, they will be so stumped. They'll say, "No, I didn't create it, but we're still all gods. We're still all gods." That's what they'll like to tell you. Now Vaughn is switching that. It's never been like that before, but now Vaughn is switching that belief. He's trying to revolutionize the belief system of New Ageism. So, although it's already very loose to interpretation already, considering that it's based upon your own interpretation, you can't be told what's right and what's wrong anyway. It's so ridiculous. We locked ourselves in these fake ass bodies and we still trying to hold on to a fantasy we created. Okay. I disagree that it's fantasy, but whatever. This is a fantasy ass world that we need to get out of. LMAO. What's so funny? I don't understand that. See, I know what this LMAO is for. This LMAO is like your typical I'm laughing, but I'm really like going mad and insane. A lot of times people type LMAO when they're frustrated. I've seen people in comment section where like, you're being put down by someone. People will type an LOL at the end of the message to show how they're not even mad, that they're just acceptant of it. You get what I'm saying? This is a typical psychological thing with text. Sometimes in arguments, people will type LMAO or LOL to show that they don't care, even though they slightly do. That's what Vaughn is doing right now. And this is telling you that this is likely a message from the heart. This could be a message from the heart. It has a chance of that. Or this could just be all bullshit that he's spouting because he realizes that the jig is up. He realizes that people are calling him out for who he is and he can't get away with it much longer, or YouTube advised him to do this. Niggas be talking about some divine consciousness. When you reach that, you realize we made up everything and now we just bored as fuck. I disagree with you. Because what about Christ? Christ did not reach that conclusion. Christ didn't reach that conclusion. And he was Christ consciousness according to your own belief. He did not reach that conclusion. So what are you talking about, Vaughn? Again, another logical fallacy here. When you reach that, you realize we made up everything and now we just bored as fuck as a collective consciousness. I'm not bored as fuck. I may be depressed as fuck at times, but I'm not bored with life. I get depressed and I have a lot of shit going on in my life, even right now. And I will continue to have a lot of shit going on in my life until the day that I die. And it may get worse, it may get better. I do not know. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but I don't know. I'm not like you. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It does matter, but no matter what I do or what anyone else does, there will always be trials in life as long as you're breathing and moving on this earth. And you have to be able to deal with it. That's a huge part of spirituality, Christianity, whatever it may be. But yeah, that's you, man. That's you. That's not me. See, in your own words, we are not the same. We are not the same. In your own words, because you've said that in a video before, in your White People Are GMO video. or at least one of your white people are GMO videos. The universe is just some bullshit we made up because we was bored. LOL. That LOL is fake. I'm just accepting to all the bullshit at this point. LOL. I cannot wait for y'all to find this shit out. Listen to that deep down feeling you got that's telling you to wake up. It's not real. There's no purpose or point of any of this shit. We literally just bored. See, I'm telling you, this is the thing that's going to lead his fan base to suicide. Because some of these people who come to this new age religion thing are looking for purpose, and you're killing off their purpose right now. That's what you're doing. This is the danger of this belief, new ageism, and it's the danger of atheism. In atheism, you make your own arguments for life, your own reasons for living, and when it comes to new age spiritualism, you make your own reasons for living as well. It's the same shit. It's just different. It's the same shit, different air freshener. We're all gods, so there is no gods. Did you create the world? Nope. But now Vaughn is switching it up. It's just like how atheists didn't want to have the burden of showing God's proof on their hands, so they switched from atheism to agnosticism, and now there are no atheists anymore. I mean, there are some people who still identify as atheist, but there aren't many. A lot of people who are atheist, or will even give the worst blasphemy you've ever heard, curse Christ out, whatnot, will claim to be agnostics. They'll claim to be that, just so that they don't have the burden of giving proof on their hands. And this is what Vaughn's doing right now. He's trying to solidify his viewpoint. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it, which tells you that there is some fallacies to this. We literally just bored. I already read this. None of this is real or matters. This little spiritual war is a fantasy. The ancient knowledge in our royal dynasties and all that other bullshit is a fantasy. We already knew that. I didn't know that. You didn't know that. What are you talking about? I feel like he could have got this from like a really bad DMT trip or something. See, this is again why I don't like New Ageism. Sometimes these psychedelics are not good for you. Some people have come out with good effects from it. But this is why I say, if you're going to get into New Ageism, it could help you. I mean, I don't think it's good for your spirit in terms of God. But as a human, I do think it can potentially help you in some ways. But if that's going to be the case, you need to make sure, especially if you have a mental problem, you need to make sure that you have the right role model, and you need to make sure that you have the right person around you to be your mentor, to guide you. Because doing it on your own will lead you down terrible paths. Man, I'm getting cramps. I'm not going to even bother reading that. I'm waiting for the time when he talks. There's no point in trying to wake people up. You waken them up to what? Themselves? Everything is us. It's only been us. Niggas be talking about chosen. Nigga, what? What you getting chosen to? See, this is what I was talking about. In his own belief, black people are the chosen ones. Not white people, not anyone. It was just black people. And now he switched up his belief into just there are no chosen ones. We're all the same. See, he switched up his belief automatically. He just switched it up. I'm telling you, he's just trying to solidify his grounds. He knows that he's wrong in his life. He knows it deep down. He knows it. I'm telling you, Edico is going through this shit, and not just me, the person in the comment section is who I got it from. I don't steal credit. I don't do that. I forgot who did it. I'm not gonna look for them because I don't remember their name, and it's probably gonna be really deeply, embedded into the comment section and whatnot. And this video's already gonna be like 4 hours long. But yeah, man. That person in the comments section, they were right. This is what Edico was going through before he committed suicide. This is exactly what was going on. And Vaughn, and this is the fans' fault. It was the fans' fault back with Etika, and it was also Etika's fault too. It was both the fans and Etika. it was a lot more than just the fans and Etika. It was other outside sources too. On top of that, factually speaking, um, and same thing with Vaughn. It's outside sources, it's the fans, and it's Vaughn himself. A lot of it is Vaughn himself. A lot of it was Etika himself. But there are other factors to be factored in here on top of that. And I'm telling you, he's going to make you all drink the Kool-Aid if you don't fix yourself. If you don't fix yourself and fix some of your dumbasses, you are going to fall victim to this. And will I feel sorry? No, because there's no excuse for that. He's spout enough stupid crap for you to have two brain cells to think properly. It's absolutely stupid and idiotic how some of these people can take everything he says as if he's Jesus. The man's not Jesus. He's very flawed, and it's very evident. And if you can't see that, you're not even 12. Come on. When I was 12, I was more mature than that. Come on now. Come on now. You can't even be 12. And some of these people are allegedly 20 years old. You can't be 20. Nah, man. Nah. I get pissed off at that because he has his people questioning whatever. Moving on. He has his people contemplating suicide. We birthed ourselves into existence at the Big Bang. We really trapped ourselves in these ass bodies, ready to get that ass motherfucker. See, look at this. We really trapped ourselves in these little ass bodies, ready to get out this motherfucker. And the crazy part about all this shit is it don't even matter if all of us realize this, because we still stuck in this big ass fantasy called life that we created just because we was bored. I'm telling you, this is a bad DMT trip. Or this is him just trying to, solidify his place and try to make sure that the internet can't blame him for certain shit. I think he even said this is his last video, right? I think he said that. I didn't watch the whole video. But then he says it doesn't matter if all of us realize X, Y, and Z, but he's telling people that we need to realize X, Y, and Z, and we need to convince every person that this is the truth. But you're saying that there's no point in doing, I don't know, whatever. Your birth date is your death date. You just keep coming back every time, walking up to the fantasy of life over and over again. I'm telling you, this is a bad DMT trip. This is what this is. And now Vaughn automatically just negated every claim he's made in the past. He basically claimed he didn't know anything this whole time. He claimed he just said he was wrong about everything. He just said he was wrong about everything. He just said that. And this is who you get your information from. He's so inconsistent. And yet he's a god? Your birthday is your death.
Go in a room alone and stop all distractions.
Humans are flawed, man. Do not trust any man. Do not trust any man. I understand you falling for that deception, though. If you're going to trust a man, which you should not, any man. But if you're going to trust a man, let it be a father. Unless your father's a dick, it could be a best friend. Whatever, doesn't matter. Your best friend's less reliable usually, but still, have someone who can guide you in the right path, who you can even put a little bit of faith in at least. But to take it all on yourself, especially if you have mental health issues, I'm thinking that's what happened with Vaughn. I'm thinking his family were, because I know he said before that his family were Christians. I'm speculating here, but I'm thinking that his family were likely Christians, and some Christians, listen, and as a Christian, sometimes the Christian community has a lot of problems, especially in the Black Christian community. Some of them don't believe in medications and whatnot, and maybe they denied Vaughn the right to get checked up and whatnot, or Vaughn didn't want to get checked up, and they just allowed it. Allowed him to not get checked up is what I'm talking about. And maybe some mental health issue that he had just went unnoticed and slipped under the radar, and no one caught it. And now it's manifesting in a terrible form right now.
Before you listen to this video, the hamster wheel, wake up. If you, which is just we, want to keep living in the fantasy, click off the video. The fantasy.
And
great.
keep in mind that Vaughn is having a child, and he's devaluing the life of that child right now with this video. He's automatically doing it. Do you really think that? Do you think it's wise to have a child grow up with a father like this? Do you think that? Unless Vaughn develops, and which he can, Vaughn can become a better person. I pray to God that he develops and he becomes better, and then he gets away from whatever is causing him to do this, whether it be demons, mental illness, greed, or all of the above. I do not know, but I pray to God that he escapes whatever is doing this to him.
The Matrix, there's no going back.
Basically, he's saying he wants us all to basically commit suicide. We all have to wake up from the Matrix. Yeah, he's basically saying we all got to commit suicide.
Matrix is not society.
Once you kill off the Matrix, we're done. There is no more life. There is no more universe. There is nothing. Again, atheism. It is atheism. It's just a different side of a coin.
Not spiritual shit, no. The Matrix is life, the body, the universe. That's the Matrix. When we started out as a thought, right? When they talk about the
And hold on. Who made the thought? That was pretty gross, right? I just like blew my nose out. Who made that thought, Vaughn? Vaughn, who? Thoughts come from a brain. Thoughts come from thoughts. If you want to say they come from the spirit, go ahead. But where did the spirit come from? Vaughn, where did the spirit come from? Answer these questions. Where is the spirit from? Who is the spirit from? Whose spirit is it? Oh, it's all of our spirit? It's all of our spirit. But you said just as a thought. A thought is not a spirit. They're two different things. They're two different things, Vaughns. Even spirits, New Ageism people will be able to tell the difference between a thought and the spirit. They're two different things, Vaughn. So what are you talking about, quite exactly? What are you talking about?
Big Bang, that was us. Now, we were just a thought floating in existence. And we said, we're bored of just being a thought.
Here's the thing. The universe is constantly expanding, and despite the universe constantly expanding, nothing is being taken out of place. The planets are all aligned. Everything is aligned perfectly, and yet we're all still here. The universe isn't being destructive. There's many flaws with the Big Bang. An explosion can't knock everything into place just like that. But regardless of what, man, even if you say the Big Bang did happen, what force is holding up the universe? It's not us. I'm not consciously holding up the universe. I don't know I'm holding up the universe. I bet you Vaughn would claim, yes, you do know that you're holding up the universe. You just don't realize that you know it. No, Vaughn. No, Vaughn. No, I don't know it, and I don't realize that because I'm not actually holding up the universe. Neither are you. No one is keeping the universe in check besides God. There's a reason why we're not having chaos and we're not being ripped apart limb from limb as we speak, and the whole universe is on flames, being sucked up in a gigantic black hole, being spat out by a quasar, which means it's being eaten by a black hole and being spit out by another quasar and being eaten by a black hole. Whatever. You get the idea. You get the idea. I said foal. Oof. You get what I'm saying here. There's a reason why. It's because everything is being kept in order and it's being kept in check by God himself. You're not a God, and you're not the one doing that. There's a reason why there is order as we speak.
We want to feel things now. So we decided, okay, let's start to build Big Bang, and let's have a physical experience. Let's start the hamster wheel, the cycle of life.
I might not watch the whole video of this because it's too long. I'm getting cramps in my legs right now.
Cycle of life, we realized that we can't stop the cycle of life. I don't think that hits you.
Well, yeah, of course. When it comes to the spirit is eternal. in all beliefs, at least where they are religious based, or not just religious based, but they're spiritually based. Yes, the spirit is eternal. It doesn't matter what it is. It will always be eternal, no matter what. The body isn't eternal, and none of them are the body eternal. But the spirit will always be eternal no matter what, and there's nothing that you can do to stop that. Whether you're a sinner, whether you're a Christian, or whatever you are. If you're a sinner, hell is eternal. If you're a Christian, heaven is eternal. That's just all there is.
As we started the cycle of life, we realized that we can't stop the cycle of life.
I didn't realize that.
You was in a room.
You had a bad
couldn't get out
DMT
the
trip.
room, and you couldn't go to sleep, and you couldn't age. What would you do? You would make your whole entire fantasy. Once again, before
He's not
we continue,
completely wrong there.
if you want to keep living in the fantasy, please kick off the video. We don't want to ruin it for y'all. For us.
We don't. Who's we? I'm not you, bro. Vaughn. In your words, we are not the same. Okay, Vaughn. We are not the same, and neither are you and your fans. I'm telling you this right now, because if you follow Vaughn, he will lead you in the wrong place. So right now, I'm sticking up for you guys, saying that you and him are not the same. Because I'm telling you, he will lead you all to drink the Kool-Aid, whether you like it or not. And when it happens, may God have mercy on your soul.
Just please click off the video. But we all, as a collective consciousness, as a one whole, have to come to this realization.
Okay, so this is the next point. We all, as a whole, have to come to this realization to get out of the matrix, is what he kind of says. Vaughn, how am I going to convince a plant? How am I going to convince the grass? How am I going to convince the trees? And when he says all, he means everything. How am I going to convince an atheist of this? How am I going to convince everyone? You can't even provide me with the evidence. You can't even provide me, Vaughn, with the evidence of what's going on. How are we going to go convince everything and everyone, especially even a tree? If you don't have even much of a shot with me, you have even less of a shot convincing a tree of what reality is, Vaughn.
We're not.
What about a baby, Vaughn?
Because we're great.
I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm worried because Vaughn's about to have a child, and I don't know what views Vaughn is going to force on his child. I don't know if Vaughn's going to get mad that a baby can't understand him. This is a man who's not mentally sane. It's either this is for greed, and he is sane, but he's a psychopath and he doesn't care about his influence. Either he's demonically possessed, or Vaughn is just mentally insane and unpredictable, and he can cut off a man's head for all we know the next morning, or kill himself and encourage his fans to do the same, and leave a message like, sorry guys, but I had to do it. I have to confront the Matrix. I'm going to confront it like a real nigga, and I'm about to show it who the boss is. I'm about to show it who the boss is. If you guys want to join me on this journey, feel free. We can all do this together. Then you have a bunch of 12-year-olds drinking bleach.
Right? We are God because we're the only things here.
Not true.
Let me say that again. We're not God because we're great. We're God because we're the only thing here. And that we are God that Vaughn posted, that we are God video that Vaughn posted, the whole you are me and I am you, we are the same being. It's just one consciousness. Anything you do to somebody else comes back to you because it's just you. It's just you here. It's only us.
It's New Ageism
It's only us.
taking
You
roots
literally
here
listening to
with
yourself
karma,
right
because it's a bunch
now.
of
I'm
religions
trying
put
to
together.
wake up myself. Let's break the matrix. Back to the hamster wheel of life, right? When we first came into this physical reality, we were scared of death. We thought death was a bad thing. Then we realized, oh, death isn't actually bad. We live forever. Now we have to realize as a collective that it's actually bad that we live forever, because now we have to experience things and keep feeling forever. Imagine if your homie said, yo, my nigga,
This is what I'm talking about. This is completely annihilating the gift what God gave you. God gave you a life. He gave you eternal life. Christ solidified. He solidified that so that no one could take it away from you. He died for your sins. That's what he did. And what Vaughn is doing, he's devaluing that completely. He's devaluing it and saying that no, it's garbage. Eternal life is actually hell. There ain't no heaven, there's nothing. Eternal heaven is peace. It's nothingness. He's devaluing it. I don't see how this is not the work of Satan. This is terrible. This is demonic.
hey, come to this party with me. It's gonna be the latest party of your life. But the only catch to it is you can't ever.
I flew in my chest. Oof.
That's what this is. This life full of vibrations and feelings. That's literally and just new flash, just to give it to y'all. All that religion shit, all that spirituality shit, is fake.
Your belief is fake.
Yeah.
Your thing is a lot more flawed than all the religious values.
Bond was in the fantasy. We was all in the fantasy. Now, this is the
You're still in the fantasy, Vaughn.
because we realized it was a fantasy.
Vaughn, you have mental illness.
Fantasy. Like,
Vaughn, you have a mental illness and you need to get that checked out.
Meditating.
You need medication or you need Jesus. Or you need both.
The reason why there's no point of meditating is you're meditating to get back to what? The source. You are the source. It's just you. It's just us here.
Well, I disagree with that last part. But you're right. I do believe that meditation, New Age meditation, it just leads to your stuff. It leads to your own intuition. You lead into your own truth, and we're faulty, and you're bound to lead yourself into failure with that, spiritually speaking. Even when you meditate to empty the room, demons will be more likely attracted to you now because they want to fill up that empty room instead of filling your mind with the Word of God. Now, if we analyze this from the New Age spiritual perspective, you're still wrong. If you meditate, it's to enlighten yourself. It's to open up your pineal gland so you can get out of the matrix. So you can awaken that God talent within you. That's what it is for.
You're lining up your chakras for what? To get all-time peace? That's just an emotion. You're over that emotion. See?
No, Vaughn. There are people who think about their spiritual wealth every single day, every single minute of their life. There are people who think about that every single minute of their life, Vaughn. And you are too. And you clearly thought about it way too deeply under the influence of psychedelics, or you had the wrong person whispering in your ear. You had the wrong spirit whispering in your ear or something. Or you have mental illness and you whisper in your own ear, man. This is satanic. I'm telling you guys, this is satanic business right here. There's no way to cut it. I'm gonna analyze. What did you just say again?
You're over that emotion.
No, we're not over that emotion, Vaughn. No, you may be, but it's not us. It's not us.
That's just an emotion. You're over that.
No, it's not just an emotion. It's called the spirit. The spirit and the emotion are two different things. They can be interconnected, but they're very different.
Because you're meditating to get back to what? The source. You are the source. It's just you. It's just us here.
No, it's
you're
not.
lining up your chakras for what? To get all-time peace? That's just an emotion. You're
all-time peace, whether it be heaven, whether it be nirvana, I don't care what it is, whatever it may be. None of that is an emotion. It is a spiritual setting. It is both a setting, it is a desire, and it is a purpose. It is an end goal. Or is it an end goal? We don't truly know. Who knows? Maybe the death of our human lives are the beginning of life itself. Well, there is no end, but it's not as Vaughn describes it. According to New Ageism. No one knows the truth. That's what I'm trying to explain here. When it comes to New Ageism, we make our own truth. Well, not we, because I'm not into that. But I'm just saying for a fact. That's what it is. Eternal peace is not an emotion. It is a purpose and a way of life itself. And if you don't realize that, then Vaughn, you have a mental illness. I'm just saying it right now. I'm seeing Vaughn for who he is. I've seen Vaughn for who he is, and some of his fans are starting to realize it now. And good for you. Good for you. Let it be a wake up. I hope you don't commit suicide or do some stupid shit. But good for you. You need this lesson. You need that harsh, cold reality that there are false prophets among us. And you need to know who you take advice from and who you don't. That's just a cold-hearted fact. And the only credible one to take advice from is Christ.
Here's the love vibration, and here's the hate vibration. You think you're here when really, no, you're here. You're literally God. You're just watching it, and you can pick any vibration you want. But at the end of the day, you're not the vibration. Emotions, dimensions, all that, we made up because we are God. It's just us. It's literally just us. We made all this up because we was bored. This whole
see what I mean? This is the I'm so tired. I'm so done. I'm freaking done with this face. You know, you can see his mannerisms here. He just lost all the hatred in his soul. All the hatred that was within him just left his body. Oh, it just left his soul. It's still in his soul. But all that hatred in his brain has just leaked out. And it's been replaced with depression. It's been depressed with... I said depressed. Depressed. Oof. It's been replaced with... just not caring. It's just... From what I see here, it's just... He just doesn't care anymore. It's just lifeless. His soul's been sucked right out of him. Am I surprised? No, he's a young fool. That's why I said, know who you get your information from. He's 17. Always be a skeptic of a 17-year-old. I'm just saying.
This role playing we got going on, we made up because we bored. The Anunnaki, all that shit is fake. They're all role playing. All the actual Anunnaki real, yeah, they're just us. They're just beings. Yeah. They're all role playing. That's
Once
why
again,
no point of fighting.
I just want to say I apologize for hearing all my nasty fun coughs. I apologize for that, guys. Anyway, yeah, I'm telling you right now, New Age spiritual people are going to heavily disagree with you on that. You're disagreeing with the existence of their God. give your evidence for it. You have no evidence besides just what comes from within you. Again, my problem with New Ageism. But the problem is, you know what? A lot of these people who believe in New Ageism, they're under the same problems that Vaughn is facing. A lot of it comes from within. You tell them to present evidence, they're just going to say the evidence is from within. At least with a lot of these other religions like Judaism, Christianity, the Islamic faith, although the Islamic faith has a lot of problems with it, let me tell you right now. Hopefully I don't get beheaded for saying that. um, at least they have some evidence to claim. Again, I do believe that a lot of God's work does have science into it, but to prove the existence of God himself, he's above science. I believe it can only take you so far, scientifically, in proving his existence.
We made all this up because we was bored. This whole false reality, this role playing we got going on, we made up because we was bored. The Anunnaki, the Draco, all that shit is fake. They're all role playing. Are the actual Anunnaki real? Yeah, they're just us. They're just beings. Yeah. They're all role playing. That's why there's no point of fighting. Whenever you fight somebody, you're fighting yourself because we're all the same being. Like, we're all the same exact being. Then you probably thinking, well, okay, this is why you're supposed to show love to everybody. When you show love to everybody, just showing love to yourself. You're just showing love. That's
basically saying there's no point to anything.
To yourself. It's what we've been doing this whole entire time. There's no point. It's gonna get old. This whole time we just been role playing, using egos at.
I'm afraid for his child. I am afraid for his child. I don't know what abuse his child is going to be subjected to. Maybe his mother is going to see who Vaughn is and she'll wake up. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I saw a woman in one of his live streams and she was agreeing with what Vaughn was saying, and she was a stupid fool herself. Stupid young fool. Stupid, 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 and I'll say I don't care if I get hate for that. Stupid. I'm not saying New Ageism is 100% stupid. I'm not saying that. You can believe whatever you want to believe. That's fine. We're all cool here. We're all homies. It's fine with me. I'm cool with that. But when you spout some of the shit that Vaughn says, I'm not saying Vaughn is stupid, but sometimes the shit that we say as humans, including me, including Vaughn, especially Vaughn, and other people, it's stupid. It's very stupid.
Like we're different, but we're not. We just been role playing this whole time for entertainment. This whole entire time. And now we are gonna be the big brother and walk into the room and tell everybody else, yo, the role playing is done.
Not we, that's you, man.
Like, that shit's not real. Like,
and hopefully there's people who you tell have common sense to tell that you're bullshitting.
We all the same person. It's just us here.
We are not the same, Vaughn.
When you reach the us frequency, what egos like
we are not the same.
God frequency, it's what everybody wants.
You can't ever reach God frequency. God is God.
But
nope.
When you reach that, you're gonna wish you didn't reach that. Because
see what I mean? Again, even New Age people would disagree with you hardcore, and they'll have a lot more evidence to back up their claims than you do. They'll have a lot more evidence. They won't have that much, but they'll have a lot more than you, Vaughn.
Oh, this whole time, I was just talking to myself. Every person you seen was you. Every person you seen was you. Anything you eat is you.
So you have no self-love.
Nature, all that shit is fake. All that shit is part of the fantasy world. This is why they say life is but a dream. It's all a fucking illusion. It's not real.
Devaluing the preciousness of life and death.
There's no point of literally any of this shit at all. Like, literally. Like, there's literally no point of it. Like, if you try to make a point of it, it's just gonna be to entertain ourselves. But in actuality, it's literally no point of it. It's because we can't get out of this. Because let's say if this vessel was to off itself right now, I would just wake up in a new body on November 11th. Yeah, newsflash. Your birthday is your
I want to
death
skip along, but I don't know where certain parts are
day.
where
And
he
you
says
find out
something that
the
I could
same
dissect or not.
thing every time.
I think what he's talking about
It's
here
an
is
endless cycle with the
rebirthing.
hamster wheel. You can't ever leave. It's just an endless cycle, endless loop.
There's problems
So
with that
there's
system
no
too.
point of trying to off yourself or anything because you're in it.
It's a quite cruel
It
system,
cannot.
even as Ravi Zacharias puts it.
You're stuck here forever.
So I don't
See,
believe in it.
in the Bible, when it said,
You do not,
"Oh,
me.
you will ascend to heaven and you will feel peace forever," then when it said, "Oh, you will go to hell and you will feel burning forever," see, spiritual people, and they're trying to make that a religion too because it's all a fantasy. Spiritual people, right? They look at it from, oh, okay, heaven is the love vibration, and hell is the that's the hate vibration, right? But as God, you have to look at the actuality of it. It's not about the feeling.
No, Vaughn. No, Vaughn. At least, well, here's the thing. Vaughn's taking the subjectiveness of New Ageism and he's trying to turn it into objectiveness through a false means. Hold
Look at it
on.
from, oh, okay, heaven is the love vibration, and hell is the that's the hate vibration, right? But as God, you have to
Which
look
is
at the
completely
actuality.
false. That's not what hell and heaven is, and you don't want to go to hell, Vaughn. You don't.
Of it. It's not about the feeling.
Yeah, you don't see the flaws here.
The hell part is actually the eternity part because this shit never ends. You can never go to sleep. You can never die.
Basically, devaluing heaven.
That
He's
hits some
he's
of us,
devaluing the
and some of us
afterlife
that didn't
itself.
hit. You can never
Devaluing
die.
the purpose of this life and your actions that you've made in this life. All the good, all the bad. And he's devaluing the afterlife on top of that too. This is demonic. I'll call it what it is. It is demonic.
You're just gonna keep coming here every single time.
Okay, I've kind
And your
of
so-called spirit guys, which
I've
are just us.
I've kind of had enough. I don't I'm not gonna look at this whole video. It's too damn long. Okay, this video is way too long. I'm not going through the whole video. Whatever, man. I don't care. Don't take it. Let me go read the comment section. What he's speaking is facts. However, always remember you choose what perspective you view it from. You can change it from his perspective, which is rooted in trapped narrative, or you can view it in a perspective of growth and experience. You're meeting, talking, interacting with yourself everywhere, but these are parts of yourself that you haven't discovered yet. You create and shape. What is that? Adobe Flash Player? Stupid thing, switching the screen. Whatever. Let me go read the comment here. You create and shape your own reality however you want. Why not think of new abundant ways of living, improve, grow, get better? Life is a blessing once you realize that you deliberately create it. Don't just adopt Vaughn's or anybody's perspective blindly. Create your own. We are all one, but your current experience is still uniquely set by you. See, this is an example of how spiritualism can be somewhat right. Not to say right. I don't believe it's the truth, but I do believe it is, and some people it can be good. He's stopping people from doing suicide because this is someone who knows the problem of who knows the problems presented with what Vaughn is spewing here, and he's trying to turn it into something positive. But I can bet you $1,000,000 if Vaughn saw this guy's comment, he would disagree with it. I can bet you. And knowing how deeply entrenched his fans were with Vaughn's shit, yeah, man. Some of them won't go for that comment. Well, some of them will, because now Vaughn is messing with their purpose of life, and that's something that people don't want to be messed with. So maybe, but some will take Vaughn seriously. Don't take him too seriously. Y'all gonna end up feeling hopeless and feel like there's no point in living. Make this life worth experience and have fun. You don't need a rapper. You don't need to be a rapper, sell your soul in a contract, have a lot of money, and live your life how you want. It's gonna be easy and happen. It ain't gonna be easy. Happen overnight, but believe in yourself. And remember, Vaughn doesn't know his 100%. He probably believes, but that's him. How is he gonna know the answer for sure? He would have to go back in time. You're not gonna know what happens after death to experience death. Right. Trying to stop people from doing suicide. But once again, sounds like atheism, doesn't it? It sounds like atheism. Just claim it for what it is. It's just a different side of it. The pinned comment at one... Oh, please. Come on, man. It's awesome. A little pointless comment there. It's awesome to see another brow on the path. You got some good ideas and glimpses of the Kundalini, pineal gland, and chakras are just mystical experiences. More attachments. Enlightenment is not an experience, not a mystical state, not even a realization or insight. They're all empty once you get here. There's no difference between dream reality, what's outside versus inside. Blah 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 blah. Cancer. Terrible mentality, I'm telling you. You die and have a choice after to live life in different avatars' bodies across the dimensions and universe, experiencing different lessons, because the only alternative is that you would return back to the source and lose your individual separation, or rather have separation from source to experience things at the moment than be source self. Yeah, it's but you being a negative bro. There's a point to living life over and over and over again. It's to grow and bring that knowledge back to source, aka yourself, and be entertained. Okay. Someone's standing up. He's standing up. See, a lot of people in the comment section here are standing up, but I've seen people in the comment section here that were just questioning life and were planning to kill themselves. There are people out there thinking about them, man. This is the philosophy that will kill people. And listen, what I don't get is that all along, Vaughn was spewing this white people have no souls. People did get up in arms about that, but not as much as it is right now. Now that he's done this, people are really waking up. People are really waking up, and it took for Vaughn to not intentionally, but it took for Vaughn to diss your purpose in life. I'm talking their purpose in life, for them to actually finally kick into gear. Because you know why? Because when you look deep inside of you, you're selfish. Every one of us are selfish. And now that he's attacked you, whenever it's not you, it's not your problem. But now when it's you, it's your problem now. And now you have to deal with it. It wasn't your problem before, but now it's your problem. That's one of the biggest problems with New Ageism. It's very selfish in many ways. When it comes to the New Age religion, I've seen so many times where even a lot of them will be pro-choice, and yet you say that there's meaning to life, but you're always in favor of abortions and whatnot. I don't see many of them, being pro-life. I don't see that. I see a lot of Christians doing it, but I never really see any New Age people being against abortions. But that's a human life. You don't think there's any sacredness or magic to it? Again, it's a very selfish perspective, but it does help some people out from the human perspective. I don't think it helps you out in the end, but I do think it does help you out in many different ways. But it's only useful when you have a good teacher, a good teacher who is going to lead you on the right path. A teacher who won't intentionally lead you astray and feed you BS. And yeah, I'm falling asleep now, so by this point, I've kind of lost interest. I just feels way too long. I've lost my energy too. But it's not because I'm tired of living. I'm just tired of talking about this. The evidence has been given, man. There's more evidence that I didn't go into because I've already been rambling on and on and on. The same thing that Vaughn does in this video. But yeah, man. Just don't kill yourself out there. Be smart. Know who you get your information from. Realize the false prophets. And that's all I can really say at this moment. I'm just in shock. Now listen, Vaughn just debunked every little thing. That's the problem. Again, you can nitpick and cherry pick what Vaughn says, of course. So when Vaughn made the whole white people have no souls, all of you who got your belief from Vaughn, you're automatically debunked. Automatically you lose the war because you got it from him, and now look at him now. Look at him now. Oh, but I know a lot of their response to me would be along the lines of, well, you make your own reality. So since it's my reality, no. If it's your reality, then that means you're just racist. You're just racist. That's all it is. There was hate in Vaughn's heart before, and now there's just lifelessness. Man. Whatever. Anyway, guys. God bless. I know I'm gonna rack up dislikes for this video, but I don't care. I need to make this video because people are gonna drink the Kool-Aid. They're gonna kill themselves for this video. Don't do it. Don't be that stupid. Anyway. Take it easy. God bless. May Yeshua always be with you. Love you guys, and take it easy. I'm falling asleep, yo. I can't do it. Like, I don't know. Did you guys just see me? I was falling asleep. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Peace out.